face on bitch. Man, they say boom bap dead. How fuck nigga live, bro? No, niggas ain't spitting no real shit. I've been sitting back, feeling like a piece of shit. Just to relax, I gotta roll the piff. I'm just trying to win, thinking about a fucking plan. Lazy ass nigga, sitting on his fucking hands. Gotta get my ass up off the ground, I'm looking like a clown. My brain is way too elevated, high up in the sky. Futurama shit, bitch, I got a third eye. Hanging out my forehead, call me leader. Riding through the city, got a bad bitch, want me between the butt. Riding in the 5 Series, bitch, it is a Beamer.
So here we have this one equipped with Apex Arcade wheels and 275, 35, 18 Michelin MPS 4s. Personally, I don't really like a stagger on rear wheel drive cars. It gives it that kind of understeer feeling. But this is a kind of healthy stagger, I would say. At the front, we got 255 40 18s. Now again, it's not very much of an aggressive stagger. I'd say it's a little closer. I prefer 265 all around, but I mean, the first time I went to the track, I could tell that the stagger helped it out a lot. Like just keeps things safe. It already blows off 275s all day, so it didn't make sense going any lower. And so, I just opted to go for a little bit wider of a standard stagger. So here we got the Status Group carbon front lip / splitter, whatever y'all want to call it. Got the carbon front piece grills, kidney grills. Not those gigantic things that the new ones come with. This is class right here. For y'all wondering why I call this thing the carbon M3, carbon M3, however you want to say it. It's just a little bit of fancy bits. Got the lip splitter, got the kidney grill, got the wheels. I know it's kind of gunmetal, but carbon works too. And then inside, we got these ricer trim pieces. Just kidding. It was a nice little touch, I'd say. And kept the factory titanium brush on the side there. So for those who wonder, only M3s come with this trim, the titanium brush. Pretty awesome. And of course this model is a 6-speed shifter. 6-speed shifter. Of course this model is a true 6-speed manual. This is the only way to get these cars. SMG's alright, but it's an old rear wheel drive, you know, ITBs. You want the stick. Shit, if I can find my key. Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? As you can see, this is a driver's car. It's not spectacular. It's spectacularly clean. It's kind of hard to upkeep, especially in Canada with the fluctuating weather quality here. But I'd say these diamond stitch mats are a great touch. Pretty much to preserve the factory carpet, as well as, you know, you don't want to get things too dirty. You can just pull these out, wash them out. So I'd say that was a great touch. Still got the OEM steering wheel. In fact, amazing condition. Car still looks great for 20 years. So with the 2002, well, everybody knows these are called E46 M3s. With the E46 M3, they got this thing called the Big Three. Everybody knows by now. Rod bearings, subframe, vanos. This car is at all 3 done. Currently sitting at 212 1,000 kilometers. Annoying as shit. I know, my bad with the beeps. Yeah, it runs like a top, runs like a dream. One of the greatest touches in this car, I would say, is getting yourself an Android unit doubled in with the relocation kit. Definitely modernizes the interior. This one specifically I set up to just be very simple, you know, just my music, radio, which I don't listen to. It looks kind of weird here because I still have the factory plastic on. I know, don't shoot me, whatever. I'm one of those people. Pretty much, I got YouTube here where you can tether off of your phone, or if you install the Wi-Fi dongle in the back, you can go ahead and do that. But I pretty much just have mine set up so that take advantage of this sucker right here. This guy, two best friends right here. This is what you want. This one came complete in the black leather, as you can see, obviously. Super clean, super clean. I try my best. What can I say? I've had a bunch of BMWs, and like real BMWs. No hate on the new turbo models and whatnot, but those are not necessarily what BMW is known for. There's some anecdotal situations, but more or less they're known for high revving, naturally aspirated. High revving. So I've had an E33 18IS, then I swapped it with an M52 B28 410 LSD. Fun car. Had an E36 318i on coilovers, an LSD. Fun car. I've had an E46 sedan, the 325i, 5-speed, one car. E39 530i, one of the best cars. So, you know, and they've all been manual. I've never had an automatic BMW. From my Volkswagen days, I was always known that, you know, you shouldn't use automatic German transmissions because they're not good at them. Now with the ZFs, it was 8 speeds, like, yeah, sure, but they used to be like source GM transmissions and like get drags, low quality get drags, albeit, but yeah, pretty much it. One of the best things you can do for your E46 M3 is you get an Android head unit and you get yourself one of these ELM20, oh motherfucker, and one of these. Basically the only thing that's missing right here is the parking sensors. I'd say the best, not the best, but the most raw setup you'd want is just traction, music, sport, no heated seats. This is probably standard, so it doesn't matter, and no sunroof, which I do have. Honestly, you can't have a car with no sunroof. I get it. If you want a track focused one of these, then get a slick top. But to be honest, this is like a, no, it's just a nice car to cruise in and like look cool in. Take it to the track occasionally. If you want to have one for like track use, you know, shit, more to you. But that's gonna be expensive. We have the M Sport steering wheel in wonderful condition. I believe this was the only M car, well, only M generation to have the gray dials in the background. Very classic, very classy. I know what it is. Got the black armrests, obviously. These cars are dope. Got the little stick bang here. I try to keep my cars as clean as possible, like have less shit in it. It's just annoying to just have things all over the place when you're trying to beat the car around and like, you know what it is, man. So me being 6'6", you can tell, this car is kind of small, but not really. Like, this is how I get in, ready? Bam. See? Like, honestly, I have room to go back. Let me show y'all niggas. But like, that's not comfortable for me. That's too far. So I even ride it a little bit closer. So being a tall person driving this car, I mean, it's very comfortable. I'd say it's very comfortable. Like, don't expect, you know, like I wouldn't want to do like shit, like 8-hour trips in this car. It'd be alright. It'd probably be fun as shit. But obviously you want to go with the M5 if you're my size. That's why, like, man, I'm kind of like weary about for the future when, like, obviously I'm gonna Be playing with the supercar here and there, eventually. But I know, say, I probably can't fit. Like, I see tall guy car reviews. This nigga be all up in the shit. Straight, like, dive bombing to get in, and it's like, shit, niggas can't fit, I get it. But nothing else you can do. So, this particular model, this is back in the day when they weren't hiding the engine with all kind of plastics and trying to keep it all refined and, like, discourage you from touching it. This is when having the engine displayed was part of the car, you know? So it's very presentable, it's very, very beautiful, as you can see. This particular model, my particular model, is fitted with TC Klein. Yeah, TC Klein single stage coilovers, something like that. I got the Vorslog top plates. Must have. Some Euro headers. You may not be able to see them. Ceramic coated. For like less heat and whatnot. I got an AFE, they call it a torque booster, which is basically replaces the factory rubber boot. It's got like some ribs in there, and it's like got these weird bends, and yeah, it's alright for people who want to keep it quiet and, like, I don't know, whatever. That's better, that's all I know. It won't rip. It's a noticeable mid-range torque. I also got a tune, drop-in filter. Vanos is done, replaced with stainless lines. All that. It's always curious. I never see anybody with these stainless lines. It's like, do y'all understand how the thing works? That's the no good. That's like one of the parts you should change. Fuck that rubber shit. Some of y'all may not know, but these are actually not functional at all. This was supposed to be functional somewhat. Like, this is an interview by the actual designer. It was supposed to be functional, but then it ended up not being sufficient enough or necessary. So basically, it was cheaper to just blank it. So it became a signature because after this, like, this was the first model to have the side grillies here. You can see them on the other ones thereafter, but they're never functional. I don't even know if the turbo ones are functional. I doubt it. But I'm wondering how much it wouldn't make sense to even try to make them functional. But signature look, yeah. Even, you know, BMW's been racer from the beginning, you know, it's just now they just fully embrace the race. Yeah, paint code Carbon Swartz 416. Shout out to Toronto. It's blue in the light, kinda. And then at nighttime it's just like hella dark. It's dope. Trunk. You already know, we gotta do it. Ready? If you didn't know, this car comes equipped with trumpets. Or is it organs or bagpipe? One or the other. Some shit like that. Well, I can definitely play the songs. Ready? Nigga just made a beat with the trunk, bro. I'm dumb as fuck. So yeah, this one's also equipped with a wonderful Status Group exhaust. Status Group. Yeah. Status Group muffler with an AR20 midsection and the Euro headers. Sounds delicious. Got a CSL splitter right at the rear. Honestly, everybody's got this. But it's like a must. This is a must. It's like sharpens up the body, the angles and whatnot, you know? I gotta toss on these brakes eventually. But for now, yeah. Should I drop another beat? Why I call this thing the Carbon M3? M3. I call it M3. Okay, first of all, M3. It's like if you're a West Indian or something, you got an accent, you say M3, like you say an M3 as a tree, you know? So it's a Carbon M3. You feel me? So I ain't gotta explain that anymore. You feel me? Obviously, we got the Status Group Carbon front lip, front splitter, gangster. Obviously, we got the carbon kidneys, gangster. And around town, obviously we got the carbon little trim pieces there. We're not gonna question the quality or legitness, don't worry, okay? And finally, fucking color. The freaking color. It's goddamn carbon. Carbon shorts. So, I know weirdos questioning why I named this, call it the Carbon M3, or asking them how much carbon you got. Nigga, watch my videos. Don't ask me nothing in my DMs. A nice little extra custom touch here is the blacked out, or the shadow side markers. Yeah. Honestly, I like the white ones. They really look really good. But it just kind of like, it cleans it up. I don't know. To be honest, these were cheaper. The white ones, my nigga want 200 bucks. I got this for $80. We real out here. We ain't fugazi. Fuck that. And it looks dope. Like it blends in with the whole shit, right? But if I were to get the white again, I have to do white and white. I was kind of justify it at the time, so it's like whatever. I might do a different look. Like really, I'm thinking about putting yellow film. I don't know, kind of rice, kind of not. Even on the fogs, we'll see how it goes. Or maybe we'll do something amber. I'm thinking of switching it up. I'm even thinking about switching up the wheels. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? So yeah, shout out to my boy Neil at Apex Motor Cars. Go find something sick there. And it's time to switch it up. Cause I'm niggas are from Toronto, you know. Gotta rep BMW Toronto. Gotta get a little, you know. Even license plate swag out here. You feel me? You feel me? 46 M3 comes with these obviously, oh goddamn, get my goddamn shadow out of the way. Comes with these signature side grills, side sills. Here's a little special treat for y'all. Who you know got the original plastic on since 2002? Clean as fuck. If I pull this off, you know how clean that motherfucker be? And it's the same on the other side too. Clean as fuck. So this is how a big mine has to sit in there. Sick, huh? These little holes there, this is like basically rust proofing. What these companies do, they drill holes in the body here, and then they shove a bunch of oil and shit. Not good for weight reduction, but good for rust proofing. So, final verdict on the car. It's the best car ever, and like, just fuck everything else, okay? Video done. Psst.
Hey, I'll pay some bitch. Man, they say boom bap dad.
Okay, no, okay. So, so the E46 M3, honestly, this car has always been a dream of mine. From being a Gran Turismo nerd. Goddamn, let's see if do I got some famous deck shit on my live? No, okay. Set of decks. Oh, okay. This car has always been a dream of mine, ever since being a Gran Turismo nerd. It was my go-to car for drifting, for time attacks, for Nürburgring, all that shit. I just love this car. It just worked the best. It handled the best. It looked amazing. And like, it was just super sick. I always loved these cars. Like, I would always rap about them and shit. Like, yo, I'm finna pull up in the M3. I'm gonna get the M3, M5, all that shit. You know, that's why I do my music shit. It's putting energy out into the universe. You know, it's like manifestation. Like, I have songs from like 2018 that I listen back, and now I'm like literally living that shit. And it's freaking weird, but that's the way shit works, allegedly, in this spiritual realm that we're in this whatever realm we're in. But you see a lot of people preach manifestation, and manifestation doesn't just mean you sit there and think of shit. You know, you gotta put it out there, and then you gotta prepare. You know, they say luck is a combination of preparedness and opportunity. And preparing, what are you doing to prepare? You know, are you feeding your brain? Are you fucking...
We just gotta think. That's all that is.
Are you working on yourself? Are you putting energy out into positive things? Are you trying to build a brand? Are you trying to build something? Are you working towards your future? Like, that's preparedness, you know? shit doesn't just mean every single day you grind, get up, you have to be productive, shit has to happen. It just, you have to work towards it. The opportunities and the time that you get, you gotta use it to build, you know? So, with that being said, I have no fucking idea what that has to do with anything. But all I know is this car has always been a dream of mine. It's super, like, I'm not delusional. It's an older BMW. It's an older sports car. The shit could get expensive, but I so happened to get one that came with the records like this, a record book this thick, and like, you know, it's clearly been maintained. And so like, I'm not there trying to catch up to things. It's more or less keep up with them. And it's like, I don't really rag on the car all the time. Like, maybe you guys see my videos, that's just for the cam, really. I have mechanical sympathy. Some of y'all niggas ain't got no mechanical sympathy, but I do. So when I do kicking sideways and shit, it's like, you know, this is very thought of. It's like, it's kind of slick. I'm not fucking kicking RPMs at like 5,000 and shit. I'm not holding the, you know what I mean? It's very, feels good on the car. I try to be easy on the car. The bad things though, honestly, like, you know, there's good and bad. It's old. It's little too low. And it's like nightmare in the city. And it's like, fuck, it's just, you don't want anything to happen to it. You like move like a little bitch, because it's like, fuck, it's so hard to replace with anything, no? So, it's not the best thing, depending on what position you're in. Like, obviously, like, not obviously, but, you know, I like to have multiple cars. Not all of us are blessed or fortunate to be able to do that, just to keep kilometers down and whatnot. But I've been thinking, and like, that's kind of shitty and selfish. Like this, like, you know, thinking of my situation and whatnot. And also, bitch, shit can happen at any time. Like, look at this COVID shit. Niggas didn't know that life was gonna turn upside square down and all that shit, square bob style. And like, how many people were living conservative forever, and now look, the world's basically gone to shit. How many things haven't done? How many things you could have done? How many times you spent driving your car like a little bitch? You feel me? Like, it's life could possibly be shorter than you think, and life is short. So I just thinking, like, you know, fuck it. I'm just gonna enjoy what I got. I spent the money. Why am I gonna try to, you know, keep it nice and mint to try to get the most money back I can when I sell it back? That's like, you know, that's scarcity mind state. It's not saying like, you know, by the time I'm ready to sell it, it's because I have a Wraith and a fucking goddamn GT2 RS and shit. You feel me? It's like, damn, I really need just to recuperate this money back. Like, bitch. If you can, like, you know, just enjoy the car and like get back what you paid for, at least drive it for free, that's good. You don't need to try to profit. You can, but, you know, you're gonna be sacrificing certain things just to seek that little bit of profit, you know. So, for looks, 10 out of 10, come on, man. Especially in 2021, nothing on the road looks like this. Every time someone sees it, heads are cranked. Every time you see a clean one, it's noticed. Sound, it's hard to get these to sound very good. Mine sounds very good. But ain't no V8, you feel me? Give it an 8.5, a 9. 8.5. It's not a V. It's the best sounding 6. Fucking, it's literally, it's on the top with a lot of shit. It sounds better than the new ones. Those turbos restricting everything. So I can say healthy 8.5 to 9. Yeah. Size, I'm 6'6". That is how I sit, like chilling. Just cause. It's not the biggest car. This was back in the day when cars were not big at all. Hey, say hi to double camera. This is back in the days when cars weren't very big, so it's understandable. Give it a 7? I give it a 7. For maintenance wise, honestly, shit. Once you tackle the big 3, these cars are relatively simple and not that much goes wrong, and it's pretty much all been figured out by now. But like little consumables, like say brakes and water pump, man, compared to the E90 and up, like with all the electric shit, this is like a 10. Cause man, you can get a water pump for 150 bucks,
120 bucks. Freaking just a 330, like the water pump for a 335 because it's all electric and shit. Type 800 bucks. That's crazy, and this is Canadian. Like, huh? Like the new cars, like, yeah, they're cooler, turbos, faster, all that shit. But like the tech they use is so much more expensive. So for my position and where I'm at right now, it's fine. Even though, you know, I don't really go through any of those things really. But it's like, it just shows, like, if you're gonna use it as a track car or like a car that you're gonna put a lot of kilometers on it, then consumables will rack up, sorta. Like the design is much more robust than like non-M shit, I've noticed. So we'll see how that goes. Drivability doesn't count to drive these stock because they're so old. So obviously it's gonna be a lot different than a newer car. But it's like everyone's gonna change the suspension. Like, why wouldn't you, you know? So this design, for these cars, it's sound and suspension. That's all you need, really. Because it takes too much power to get, too much money to get any power. And like, because you gotta go and like boost. NA mods are cool, that's fine. But that's sound, really. No, I guess that. So all in all, I don't know what the fuck that's tallied up to. But y'all do the math. Or maybe I'll edit it out later, but I'm gonna start rating cars. I'm not biased and I'm not like weird, so the more cars I review, hopefully a better repertoire of points I'll have, if that makes sense. And shocking as face reveal, I don't even know if I'm sweaty as shit either. Bitches, Canada with its goddamn bipolar weather, like it was fucking cold as shit, now it's hot as shit. Ugh, I don't know what to do. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope I don't look like shit on camera, like famous decks and shit. I know I need to cut my nails, but we big gangsta, we big vampire beastie lifestyle, so big rockstar gang and all that shit, whatever. Fucking y'all niggas sub and y'all niggas like. That's some bullshit. If I get like 100 views every like time I post, how come I only get like 8 likes? Y'all disrespectful, ninja watching ass, pussy ass, bitch ass, dick in the booty ass. Now with that being said, I'm finna, I don't know, get out of this heat. It's getting hot. Alright, peace. And now we have a road test. So, what makes the E46 M3 so special is the fact that it can be tame and it can be wild, all in one bite. When you want to, you can cruise regularly, silently even. Well, not silently, but you never know. I got a full exhaust. Music's not on, doesn't need to be on. You can talk to people. When you're ready, drop you a little gear and send her home. So obviously what makes this the E46 generation so special is the mix between modern comfort, modern refinement, and rawness that came from the generations past. 8,000 rev line, 8,000 RPM red line from a naturally aspirated individual throttle body inline 6 engine. Made it to a 6-speed manual transmission, rear-wheel drive, clutch plate based variable LSD. Come on, man. Like on paper, that's exactly what you want. If you're a real gearhead, if you're a real analog guy, it's perfect. And especially if you're getting a little older like me, like you don't want to be in an E30 anymore, especially at 6'6". Like that's insane. I literally had to get my Renown wheel. Shout out to Renown. I had to get my Renown wheel because I could not fit in them motherfuckers. Quiet, pretty good on coilovers. Now remember, the M cars don't have the sound deadening that the base models do. Weight savings, gives you, you know, they want to give you some more feedback sounds and whatnot. I get it. I usually take that corner pretty nice. Got darn bands in the way. One thing to note: rod bearings, they are an issue. They are. I've seen them firsthand, multiple accounts. Strange shit happens. I've seen a buddy with 130,000 kilometers with toasted rod bearings. Mine personally have been done at 205,000 kilometers and literally not a trace of copper at all. Maybe it's a little bit of wear you can see, but it could have went a bit longer. Some people say they heat it up properly, some people say they don't, some people say they don't know. The only thing that kind of tricks you, I get, everybody knows at this point, you know, you gotta let it warm up, let the lights go. But it is said that the base models, non-CSL M3s, obviously people were gonna daily them more. It wasn't just gonna be a track focused car. And so people didn't really wanna have to warm the car up so much, you know? If it was race car spec, and it's the people who are buying it understand. So what they did is that they tied the oil light to the coolant light. So pretty much people think that it's ready to go. And if you're the type of soul that wants to rag on the car in the morning, then you're gonna rag on the car in the morning. And most likely those are the cars that have premature rod bearing failure, even after the recall or whatever. The trick is you get a tune with the CSL lights. The CSL obviously was designed to be more of a race car, so the warm-up process is obviously longer by standard, and people who are purchasing the car would obviously be ready for that. So I'm pretty think that's like the godsend to that process. Personally, I've monitored it multiple times, depending on the temperature outside. In Canada, obviously it's a little colder, so it's gonna take a little longer, but a good 10 minutes, like 10 minutes on the highway, you know, and then it's ready to get that first pull to give you that nice bit of heat. That's what I do. I don't necessarily wait until it's all the way like close to the 100 or about 75% towards, you know what I'm talking about, 100 here. I more or less wait for it to get, you know, above get to 75, and then I give it a nice little pull. Not to redline, I hardly ever redline this car, but you know, just give it that little pull. Get some heat into it, get it to psycho, because it's like a steak. You don't want to like slow cook it all the way, right? You want to warm it up until it's ready to get heat blasted in it. Probably a shitty, weird analogy, but I'm hungry. Personally, I have no hate against SMG cars. I know I may or may not have a rap song or two that's like a dissing SMGs, but yeah, I can understand for sure. Around the street, like if you daily it, if you're in the city, stick is a pain in the ass. On the highway, pain in the ass. You feel like you're toasting the clutch. You feel like, you know, let me get some twisted here. And that's why this thing is so, it just wakes up. It was just steady cruising, and then all of a sudden just, oh, corners to eat? Oh yeah, let me yum on it. Nom. AC works, all that shit works, everything's clean. The best touch, you need the Android doubled in, built-in OBD2 sensor. Like, come on, that's standard. Makes the sound better, makes the look 1000% more modern, beautiful. The stock radio is just a little too old. People always ask me what year this car is, just because when they see the dash, but it's like, bruh, you know, the cars don't look like this anymore. Like, obviously it's old. Now this car has poly bushings in the rear defend. Everything's all good, but sometimes it's a little clunky. M car's got the M clunk if you know what it is. But more or less, man, it's if you drive slow, if you shift the transmission at like low RPMs, it doesn't like it. It likes to be shifted up top and like with some momentum, you know? Yeah, so this is my new little thing, my little series or whatever. I'm gonna try to be reviewing a couple cars for y'all. I'm not gonna say what they are, but they're super dank, super worth watching. And like, I don't know, my review style is not very orthodox, but I'm not orthodox. I'm unorthodox. I'm weird as shit. So, whatever. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, hit that sub, hit that like, tell your homies, convince people I'm cool, so I can get some more clout, you know? I need the clout! Nah, you know, I'm just trying to prosper, man. I'm just trying to get this shit forward. You know, come on, you know a nigga natural on the camera. Come on, man. I was meant to do this shit. Y'all gotta help me, cuz. Oh, man.
Off the pack, I told that little bitch I got no time, just relax. I'm off that perky, I need this shit just for my bag. I'm sitting in the Cadillac, I'm smoking on thrash. beside me. Riding through the city in that foreign big body. Push him on the shit, and I know I'm in the party. Young nigga be riding through the city off that Molly. Yo, bitch right beside me, then he holding on the Tommy. Holding on the AK, told that little bitch put that shit away. Just like TK, that nigga going away. 5 to 99, goddamn.